First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. A first down throw from Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. And again, it's Mayfield. And this one caught by Beasley. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Deferring to Armstead on the draw. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Mayfield looks to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, lock it.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Ready. Check 43. Check 37. Check 37. Under 10. Under 10. 10. 49. 22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers. 5. 2.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Looking deep downfield. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Elliott. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Set, ready? 90, Wolf. Go out.
A first down carry by Elliott. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where they'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gators. Hey, Sam off. Check 26, check 26, go.
They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Focus, defense, focus. March 54. March 54. Hard, hard. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Kill, 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 kill. Watch the safety creep.
So 3rd and long. Here's Minshew. Being chased. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Shaq Lawson in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss. And that will lead to 4th down. Now on 4th down, Doug Peterson turns it over to the field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Mike, check, check. Hey, Echo.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to rifle one deep. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Tackle! Hey, exit.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5.
Bravo.
Go. Go. Mike 51. Mike 51. It's just me and you.
I got it.
Working out of the gun. Mayfield throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
There you go. Real.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
Yeah. Check it back. Keep that.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Throwing deep for Galladay. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. On second down, Armstead. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help that.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10.
57, come on. Hey. Shoot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going up top. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
70, Indy.
57. Check. Check 31. Watch twist.
Watch it.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taking it about the 16. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing, Mayfield, and he will find his man on the end route, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down. Mayfield now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. Mayfield on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past over through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A big play there, with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way. I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
To throw, Mayfield. This is the tight end Fant. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Mayfield now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Mayfield with it once more. He's going to fire one deep over the... And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Flush to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Mayfield on the keeper. Incomplete in the end zone. Brings up 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And his kick is good. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Get that quarterback at all costs.
57 to Mike. 57 to go.
Now Minshew. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
57 to Mike. Mike 57. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Back. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Hey, Charlie, on the sleeper.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A pass there over the middle to start things out. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
From the gun, they go with Armstead. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. Now Mayfield. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. From 6 yards away. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game is being on second half no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Minshew. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Fielded at about the 28. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it.
And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Here I come. Here I come.
First down, Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Armstead. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build. And that's caught at the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 74 yards. And the Eagles get a score closer.
You can't block me. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Minshew sets to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents. One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Our time. It's our time.
Here's Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Point it right. You gonna see me in your nightmare. Regular.
Going with Armstead, a first down carry. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Just like that. Just like that.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he comes back with one complete.
Here we go.
That's another Detroit Lions first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Graves.
Lions 38, Eagles 20.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Right here, so we got to step it up.
Alert! Watch out!
A run here with Armstead. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Lions on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Mayfield letting one go deep for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They start on the ground with Elliott. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
57, Mike, 57.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong foot.
On 2nd and 7, Minshew. Open man is Galladay, complete. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Kenny Galladay, 81 yards. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that will get them one closer. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he goes out right around the 39. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And again, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Here's Tress Way now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Here's Moore on the return. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's going to let this one go deep. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now that turnover might just about do it here. Fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Hey, Delta.
On second down, Mayfield again. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They run it with Armstead. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have the football at the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 23. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now a dump off here complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
180.
A first down throw from Mayfield. And he finds Beasley complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Buying time to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Detroit, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you.
trade.
It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. The beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do, lace up my shoes, chase W's, great colored coats. Oh no, I kill you number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, it's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. And we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. Yeah, I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over